This is a simple game, really, golf. So why does it confound us so? Could it be the elements? The obstacles in our way? The pressure? The answer, of course, is all of it. And nowhere is it magnified more than here, at the birthplace of our game itself. This is St Andrews, and this is the Open Championship.
EA Sports, in conjunction with the R&A, present golf's oldest major and the final major championship of the year. From the home of golf, the old course at St Andrews, it's the opening round of the 150th Open. This promises to be a fun 4 days, a lot of storylines to get to as we check out the early leaderboard. The Stanford man, Maverick McNeely, is our leader. He's on the move early at 5 under par. Meanwhile, our featured golfer, ready to begin the quest for the iconic Claret Jug. Driving accuracy, always so important in a major championship, and this opening tee shot in the fairway as we're off and running. So not a whole lot left to go here as he'll set up his second for this par 4. I was asking for it to go, and it listened. That is a really good shot. 4 feet, all that's left for birdie. Good roll there. That's in for birdie. And what a way to start a major championship as he will quickly move to 1 under. Trying to get the round off to a good start. Frank, we're at the second hole, and what's ahead?
Well, the ideal tee shot, just a little over that gorse bush in front of you, which is down the right side. That's the best angle in, but it also brings in a little bit of trouble. But if that pin is anywhere towards the middle of this double green, then really you want to be coming in from the right side.
That one going to be in great shape. So following the birdie at 1, a solid drive here at the second. Second shot coming up, and we say hello to Iona Stephen.
It's right around 117 yards to the front, 135 to the hole. The pin up front in the right-hand corner of the green.
And a good iron shot, just not quite as close as what we'd all want to finish, but still.
A lot of movement on this putt left to right. I think the idea here is just to get it inside sort of a 3-foot circle. That finished off for par here with the second, and he'll remain in red figures at 1 under. Up next here at St. Andrews, the 370-yard par 4 third. Best to drive it left center to avoid a cluster of bunkers down the right side of the fairway. The real challenge comes on the approach, with Cartgate bunker coming into play.
Well, that was 50-50 off the tee. Rough, fairway. I guess it was more than 50-50. Fairway's fine.
That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
$17-foot putt here. Kidding. This game's unfair sometimes. That luck did the whole way. That one polished off for bogey, and he's going to fall out of red figures, back down to even par. Right now at the 4th hole.
Yeah, long par 4. 2 choices, whether you game enough to drive it down the right or down the left, which is a much wider piece of fairway.
Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway. From the fairway, Iona, this is second.
137 is the number. Pin, front right. It's a sneaky one.
And that ball looked very good in the air. Just doesn't quite finish up that near to the flag, but still on the green.
This one not for the faint of heart. Down a big slope, though it is for birdie. Right, that's what you want to do. Good lag putt.
Yeah, they can't all go in.
Okay, that one finished off. It's a par here at 4, and he'll stay at level par. Well, here's a real scoring opportunity. The first par 5 on the front side at St. Andrews, the 5th hole. It's only 514 yards. That greenhouse, this is a football field deep. The key here, yet again, avoiding the big bunkers. They're called the Seven Sisters bunkers off the tee. If you do that, you'll have a great chance to get home in 2.
Boy, that's way down there. Should only leave an iron to this par 5.
Now, after the big drive, this a good distance here for a second to the par 5. That one had to feel good.
Yeah, struck it so well. You could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
Oh yeah, that's how you take advantage of a par 5. It's in for an eagle 3. Superb. Now at the 6th, not a particularly long hole, Frank, par 4.
Yeah, semi-blind tee shot. You've got an idea where you want to hit, but there's a series of 3 bunkers. They're called the coffins down the left side, as well as some pop bunkers down the right. So this requires a very accurate tee shot. What a way to feel. Eagle on the previous hole, just swinging easy and just stripes another one. You playing with house money?
So from a little more than 70 yards, this is second. And that's going to leave some work, but it'll end up okay. This is an 11-foot putt. Oh, the pace perfect on that one. It's in for birdie. And he's got it to 3 under now, just 2 back. Now, 7th hole here at the old course, Frank.
Ideal line, just hit your tee shot over the marked stone. The bunker on the 11th green actually often comes into play, called the shell bunker. So anything a little bit right of that, but very difficult green for the approach shot coming up. Well, there's good bounces, there's bad bounces. That was a good one.
A good break got him here, now his second to the par 4.
That's a bit of a head turner, really. That was a green light situation from that distance, and far from the best shot I've seen today.
Just gonna sneak on by. That one finished off. It'll be a par here at 7, and he'll stay at -3. Standing on the tee at the par 3 8 here at the Old Course. Frank, what are we looking at here?
One of the biggest greens on the golf course. It looks flat, it looks like it's easy, but once that flag gets on the left side, this is when the hole becomes a little bit more difficult. It's very easy to take this hole for granted. Very hard to hit it close though.
Okay, that's a good shot. Front left portion of the green and a birdie opportunity coming up. This would be a big bonus if it went in, more than likely just trying to get this one close. Yeah, he had a pretty good run at that, but it won't go down. Still pretty good from there. Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. And he'll remain right where he is. Bunkers, bunkers, and more bunkers. So this hole's only 347 yards as we close out this front side with the par 4 9th. They're called Boses and end hole bunkers, and they're right in the middle of the fairway. So it's all about the tee shot, putting it in a good spot. If you do, you're walking out of here with a 3, or you could knock it on and maybe bump one in, putt one in for an eagle. Oh, this is a big chance, but it's looking good. Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. Good effort. An eagle would have been nice from there, but he made sure to cozy that one up close. That is well done. Not much more than a tap in there. It is a birdie at the 9th, and he's going to go out in 32, 4 under par. As we begin the backside here at St. Andrews, you can really feel the history. This hole named in honor of the legendary Bobby Jones, who won the 1927 Open and the 1930 Amateur. Obviously, 1930 was his Grand Slam year. He retired, by the way, at the age of 28, and then founded and built with Alistair McKenzie Augusta National. So a little bit of history lesson as you play this 340-yard par 4 10th. Okay, so on in one, and now this a fairly lengthy one for an eagle. From 4 feet for birdie. Okay, well done. A couple of birdies here sandwiched around the turn at 9 and 10. And he'll move to within a shot of the lead at 5 under par. Now to the par 3 11th, and Frank, what's the key here?
Well, this green is slightly elevated. Huge false front, sort of left and right of that Strath bunker. And of course that bunker on the hill, or should I say that bunker on the left is called Hill. That's the famous bunker where Bobby Jones couldn't get out of it many years ago and actually ripped up his scorecard. So a good tee shot here, just find that right level where the flag is.
Gonna have to give this a pretty good thump. Okay, safely on the putting surface out of the sand. Would have maybe liked to run that up a little further, but that's not the worst shot in the world. Just 5 feet left. Okay, well done. It is a par here at 11, and he'll stay at 5 under. From this vantage point here at the 12th, you can see why the old course, St. Andrews, are so iconic in the sport.
Yeah, this is a fun hole as we start to sort of head back to the village of St. Andrews. Hole's called Heathery. There's a big crop of heather on the left, and there's 4 little pot bunkers that are in the middle of this fairway, so you've really got to be cognizant of those. But good time to take the head cover off if you're a long hitter, and then you've only got to worry about that one pot bunker just short of the green.
Well, this is tucked way left.
So, he's actually human. A fairway miss. That one goes into the rough. I wonder what's going to happen next.
Now this for another birdie. Okay, that'll help the cause. It's a birdie here at number 12. Moving on now to the par 4 13. Frank, what's the strategy here?
Once again, to avoid those pot bunkers, the first one is called Nicks, and then the other two up ahead, once again, they're called the Coffins. Somehow you've got to go right or left of those or beyond those. If you can go in the exact right position, which is slightly left center, you will actually have a full view of this green. Left or right of that, then it's a blind second shot.
Boy, a good round going here on this Thursday, and that another fine effort off the tee. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green.
Could have just done with a little bit more for breakfast, just a little short. Maybe I'm being harsh. It was a good shot.
7 feet now for birdie. That's going to slide by to the left. Good work to get into that position, but couldn't finish it off. Okay, safely in for par here at 13, and he'll remain at 6 under par. Rick, what's the strategy here at the 14th?
If you can't go for this par 5 and 2, Rich, there is another option where you can go left. And I mean left of left. That's down the 4th fairway. That's across the Elysian Fields, as they call it, which is a set of sort of hummocks that run down the middle. And you can find a flat lie there and come across at about a 45-degree angle for your third shot to 14.
It all looks so simple when you're going good, doesn't it? And that is yet another solid drive. Almost a great shot, just missed it a fraction to the right of this green here at the par 5.
Yeah, a bit of chip in a putt, still make 4. shot after shot. More evidence there with that beautiful touch.
Chance now for another birdie. Easy does it there. It's a birdie at 14. And he'll move into the lead here by a shot. Back here at the 15th, and Frank, this fairway narrows up in a hurry.
And it's also, there's a big crop of heather that sort of constrains you if you're going to hit it just straight down the middle. Only the brave go down the right side. Brings in those little bunkers called rods. And they'll rob your scorecard, that's for sure. Really starting to make a hard game look easy. Drive after drive has been superb. And this one, well, as we like to say, is in the mayor's office.
That pin in the front right quadrant of the green today as he stares down his second. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one. Coming up short with the second shot was the issue, but a beautiful use of the flop shot and a good chance to escape with a par.
Okay, a solid par here at the 15th, and he'll stay at 7 under. All right, Frank, another par 4. It's the 16th. Players trying to make their way to the house, standing up in one piece. What's the best way to get at this hole?
Well, the normal player would actually try and hit the ball down the left. I've seen the odd player try and hit it down that out of bounds line and sort of flash it down the right side, but really there's not much of an advantage, Rich, unless you're the longest hitter in the business. So a little short and a little left of the principal's nose is a nice setup for the second shot here at 16.
Oh, the rhythm is definitely there today. Another wonderful tee shot. Good chance to get one in close from here. This is second.
Really, it's a waste after that tee shot. Just very average approach.
Let's bring in Nota Begay the third for a look at birdie.
And this is when you'd expect to make more often than not. Not too much undulation, maybe just a slight move to the right.
Straight into the cup. Well done. That's a birdie here at 16. And he's going to claim the top spot on the leaderboard here with 2 holes to go here in round 1. Frank, so many famous landmarks on this hole. The hotel on the right, we'll avoid that. The bunker on the left, and then the stone wall beyond the road.
Yeah, there's all those features is one of the reasons why no one would be allowed to design a hole like this today. It also makes it...
Ooh, some big drives today. That might be the biggest of the bunch. Second shot, good look at the green.
It was a good shot coming in here. I know it's a little long, but still inside that 10-foot circle is always good and even money, really, to make birdie.
Yes, some good playing here toward the end of the round. Birdie's at 16 and 17, and he's going to open up a two-shot lead here with one hole remaining in his opening round. Headed for home now with a Royal and Ancient behind the green, a chance to cross the Swilcan Bridge, just as Jack Nicklaus did, as Arnold Palmer did, as so many of the legends of the sport have done. This is a special place in the game. He just keeps motoring right along. Another good tee shot right there. Iona, a second coming up.
Well, it was an impressive effort off the tee, but here we are in the Valley of Sin, a piece of land that's fraught with enough history to earn its own biblical surname.
Now this for another birdie. You betcha. Birdies at 16, 17, and 18 to wrap things up. So our featured golfer definitely dialed in here for day number one, 3 shots better than anyone else in the field.
I know Rome wasn't built in a day, but that opening round, that certainly laid a very good foundation.
So for Frank Nobilo, Joe Begay III, and Iona Stephen, I'm Rich Lerner. We'll see you next time on EA Sports PGA Tour Golf.